Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Of course, I am back again for another live stream. We are going to be talking about the game at the weekend, of course. But obviously first, obviously I do want to cover something that I want to pay my tributes to Stephen Thankyou, who anyone that is part of the YouTube community knew him very fondly. He sadly, early this morning, passed away at the age of 29 after, battling all his life from a rare liver disease condition that never, ever did he let, this win. He never gave up the fight. I think it's hit us all hard. I didn't know Stephen. I didn't know Stephen in terms of speaking to him, but I watched plenty of his shows and live streams that he did, and it is utterly heartbreaking. All this, and he brought so much joy to people's lives. He brought together a community. And his channel Sweetly TV was set up a few years ago, and he started the channel to help raise awareness of childhood liver disease, so no child ever had to go through what he had to go through. He wanted to raise awareness, he wanted to do his bit. All this awareness and fundraising obviously was done via his live streams, following two of his biggest passions of them all, Arsenal Football Club and Formula One. But not only that, where most people in this world are very selfish, he was the complete opposite of selfish. He was selfless. He put everyone before himself, and he always gave everybody a chance to have their say, give them a platform. And he never, ever, he continued to fight, like I say, from the age of 2. He's fought this condition, and he never once complained. He just kept going, and it is true. He's true. He is a true inspiration, full of courage, so much courage, and things like this just show that there is bigger things than football. There's bigger things than football, and I just want to obviously say, my thoughts are with his family and friends at this really sad time. Even though I didn't know Stephen, I had the pleasure, like I said, to actually, see his shows. Watched his shows, tuned in, and yeah, it's incredibly sad, and he will be deeply missed. But one thing for sure is his legacy will always live on, and I thought that actually, the fact that that Martinelli dedicated his goal last weekend to him, I'm really sad that obviously he didn't get a chance to see Arsenal win the league, but I really hope Arsenal do win the league for him now, because he brought a smile to everybody's faces. He united the community. He made friends. everyone really respected Stephen, and he will be deeply missed. And I just want to say, obviously, rest in peace, Stephen. Even though I didn't have the pleasure of meeting you or speaking to you, you certainly did have an impact on me by, obviously me watching your shows. So, I just wanted to say that touching tribute. And of course, I have popped the fundraising link in. So please, if you can just donate a couple of pounds, and help this cause, it would really mean a lot to me, to Stephen, and to his family and friends. He had a real passion for Arsenal Football Club, his dedication to Formula One as well, and even when he was obviously in and out of hospital, he still found the time to. He still actually wanted to stream because it was his life, and the dedication of this, is truly admirable. And honestly, I'm even though I didn't know him, actually as a person, I got to know him by watching his streams, and it really has hit me hard. So, rest in peace, Stephen, and you will always be remembered. But obviously, I wanted to do. I think it was only right for me to do my tribute to Stephen. And like I say, the donation link is in the chat now. So please, if you can, just spare a couple of pounds for this charity to help people like Stephen, who really suffered, and if you have any solace about this, is that Stephen is pain free now, and he, that is something to take away, and to actually, at least he's not in pain anymore, and that's really not that that's really helped, really good to know, because it really is difficult to comprehend what he was going through, and I just wanted to say that, obviously, guys, but the chat isn't working on mine, actually, and I've noticed that a few people have commented. Big up to Aiden. Hello there, mate, hope you're okay. Rest in peace, Aiden says. Big up, mate, sorry about the result, probably relied less of you. Big up, Ryan. Hello there, Jess. R.I.P. Stephen, he will be missed. Jade says, indeed. Sad to hear about Stephen. I met him when he's live streaming lockdown, even though I lost contact with him in the last couple of years. So tragic to hear this. I'm just going to try and see if I can get your comments up, guys, because it's not actually showing for some reason on here, so I do apologise about this. I'm not sure. What's going on, actually. And of course, isn't it a bit strange this isn't working? What I'm going to do is I'm going to join on this. I do apologise, by the way, everyone, for this. We will obviously get going soon, but I'm just going to switch over to my phone, just so we can obviously interact with the comments too, because I'm not sure what's going on here, but it's not showing up on my iPad, all the comments that are coming through. So hang on a minute. So comments No. Right, I don't know how to. Oh, there we are. Right, we're back. We're back. Sorry, people. We are back, and the comments have all of a sudden come back to me now. So, yeah, here we are. So we're just going to start off. Sorry about the disruption, guys. I really do apologise for this. But we are here. Hello there, Lockman. Big up. Hi, mate. Hope you're okay. Yeah, I'm not so bad. Obviously, really sad news, obviously, brought to us this morning about Stephen Feely. And, yeah, I think even though I didn't know him, it still hit me quite hard because, like I said, I did tune into his shows, and I will really miss tuning into his shows and seeing it, seeing his smile and his passionate words for his football club and for F1 as well. But yeah, rest in peace, Aidan says. Indeed, yeah. Big up, mate. Sorry about probably a reality lesson for you a lot. Yeah, what it certainly was. Big up, Ryan. Hello there, Jess. RIP Stephen, he will be indeed, Jaden. Yeah, he will truly be missed. But of course, his legacy will always live on. Chris is sad to hear about Stephen. I met him on his live stream in lockdown, even though I lost contact with him in the last couple of years. So tragic to hear. Indeed, mate. Yeah, I'm just completely speechless, to be honest with you, at the moment. Barely just class out there, but Warnock after the game, what he said made me feel positive for next week. And Aidan says, fair enough, mate, yeah. Even though I'm not Arsenal and Lewis Hamilton fan, I hope Arsenal win the league and Hamilton wins record breaking 8 times from as they were his heroes. Absolutely, mate, and I echo those thoughts as well. I hope Arsenal win the league for him. And yeah, I hope that Lewis Hamilton obviously, gets that record breaking 8th title. Evening to you, Manny. Like I say, condolences to you. I know you were a lot closer to Stephen than I was, and yeah, thank you for coming in. And yeah, I just felt and obviously wanted to say my piece and pay my tribute and respects to an incredibly inspirational young man for sure. That was took far too soon from us. But yeah, thank you for coming in. George says evening. Good evening to you. Stephen done fantastic on his channel. His knowledge was out of this world on football. Yeah, he was, wasn't he? He obviously, he was, and yeah, kind of said things that obviously what I wanted to say, and it is really emotional for sure. To be honest with you, I really am feeling quite emotional here right now. Big up to you, True Gooner. Hello there, Josh. Big up and thank you for coming in. And Jess, obviously, yeah, like I say, Stephen fought since the age of 2 with this horrible condition, liver disease, and yeah, obviously, never gave up the fight, never complained once about this. He just wanted to keep doing his bit to raise awareness and raise as much money as he can for the Children with Liver Disease Foundation. And as I say, if you can spare £1, £2 to the charity, please. The link is here, and it would really mean a lot to Stephen, to his family and friends as well. So yeah, rest easy, Stephen. And you will be deeply missed, and the tributes that we've seen, from the whole YouTube community, and Martinelli obviously dedicating his goal to to Stephen. Obviously, Martinelli was his favourite player, his hero, and it was really nice touch for that to happen. And yeah. But yeah, obviously I've said what I want to say now, so we're going to obviously move on to the review. But thoughts, like I said, thoughts are with everyone. Family and friends of Stephen Feely. His channel S Feely TV was a fantastic channel, and yeah, he obviously he was a truly inspirational, courageous young man, and life is so cruel. It really is, and yeah. So yeah, so we're gonna talk about the game this weekend. Obviously, the weekend just gone. Yeah, Huddersfield Town travelled to Burnley. Fortunately, coming away with a 4-0 loss. This was, one of those games where it was difficult to watch because we just weren't in this game. So big up to everyone that's tuning in, by the way. 14 viewers here right now, so I really appreciate everybody that's tuning in. I can appreciate that it's been a bit stagnated at the start of the stream. I do apologise for that. Obviously, the comments weren't coming up, and then obviously, yeah, I'm obviously kind of, really emotional, really, to be honest with you, about this sad news today, to be honest. So, yeah. So, obviously, let's go through the lineups then for the Terriers. Obviously, Bila Kapic did start and goal. Edmonds Green, Tom Lees, Heelick, and Headley. With Kasumu, Anetti, and Kamara holding midfielders. Hungbo, Jack Redoni, and Josh Koroma, with Danny Ward leading the line. Obviously, Jonathan Hogg wasn't rested in this game. Wasn't. See, I'm just completely off it. I'm just completely. It's just, yeah. Jonathan Hogg obviously was rested for this game, should I say. John Road, obviously, on the bench, didn't come on. Quite a few changes. It certainly did feel like, to me, that, heading into this game, Neil Warnock did say it was a free hit, and obviously priority on games coming up. But to me, I don't particularly like the word free hit, because I feel like every game is an opportunity to get a result. And to be quite honest, the fact that Burnley were able to score 4 pretty much easy goals, probably these goals they've scored all season, because of, you know what, if anybody that knows me knows that I hate losing, right? But the reality is if the lads have done 100%, given 100% and giving it a go, then I say, okay, fair enough, we gave it a go. And I did expect to see us give it a go, but we just offered nothing in this game, I'm afraid. And, there were no one getting close to Burnley players. There were no one getting a tackle in. That is really disappointing for me, personally. And of course, conceding in the 7th minute really did set the tone for the game. If we would, I'm not saying even if we would have given it 100, obviously the effort and everything was there, then fair enough. I'm not saying we would have won the game, by the way, had we have given 100. I'm not saying that, but I go back to it. The goal difference has taken a hit now. I didn't go away from that game thinking we'd given everything that we could, and I think that's obviously the most disappointing thing about it. But of course, people, if you do want to come on and have your say on this game, then obviously let me know in the chat, and obviously we can bring you in. I've done this a bit different. Obviously, I've kind of given my thoughts about the game first, and then people are welcome to come on and have their say on this game. Obviously, Burnley are a really strong side. I'm not saying they aren't, but I don't think this was about Burnley, because I think if you give players the time and space on the ball, letting them walk through your defence, then you're going to get punished no matter who you're playing against. So I don't really like the narrative of, oh, well, we expected to lose, and so it doesn't really matter that we didn't show anything. Well, it does, because we want to give it, we want to give it our best, and where's the pride? it just doesn't make any sense to me. And of course, obviously, let me know your thoughts in the comments, by the way, about this game, and what you made of it. Obviously, technical issues at the start didn't really help the situation with trying to get comments up, but we have got the comments up now. So yeah, let me know what did everyone else make of the game, and we are going to get Tom in, who I believe will be coming on very, very soon. Yeah, because like I said, this game, obviously, if we weren't going to bother turning up, we may as well forfeited the game, to be honest with you, because I don't really see much point in. It felt like we'd given up this game before we'd even, started it. So yeah, I don't particularly, kind of think that was the way to go about things anyway. But yeah, obviously, let me know what you made of the game, like I say, in the chat. And if you do want to come on as guest, then let me know, and we can get you in. But I mean, if you look at the goal as well that we conceded, on Saturday, they were very much similar. I mean, there were a lot of, look, Burnley are a quality side. I don't want to take anything away from Burnley because, they obviously have, having a fantastic, fantastic season so far. Obviously, pretty much run away with the league, if I'm honest with you. And they've got so much quality, and they definitely, they've got definitely, and then they're definitely going to be heading to the Premier League. And Vincent Kompany obviously done a fantastic job. And he has to. He really has got to. See, I'm losing my track of. I do about this stream, obviously. I'm obviously completely lost today, to be honest with you. But yeah. But yeah, obviously, Tommy's going to be coming on soon, and hopefully we can have a good chat about the game and things. And yeah, but I think obviously the results did go our way. They did. In the weekend. Not that that's any consolation because, like I said, we haven't made any ground on the teams above us, which we need to do. But obviously, it was a difficult game against Burnley. And yeah, I did. I did come away feeling really disappointed. I expected more, and I think when you are playing a really strong side in Burnley, you have got to put that extra effort in anyway. If I'm honest with you, and the comments is actually, literally, guys, the comments are so stagnated that I've seen loads of comments that I've actually missed. It's not actually updating the comments, which I'm not sure why. We're going to go through the comments again. I do apologise for these technical issues, people, but I'm not sure what's happening here. Hello there, Clara. Yeah, nice to meet you as well, Clara. And I do appreciate, obviously, it was nice to meet you, and obviously Dan. I got to meet Dan from Turf Moorhouse TV. So that was great. But yeah, great to meet you, and it was a pleasure, of course, before the game. Tommy's about here, Aiden, so just watch. He'll be coming on in a minute. I'm just going to catch up with the comments, actually. I do apologise. There seems to be technical issues with the comments coming through. To be honest, we got outplayed. Burnley passing was brilliant. It could have been more, though. I was predicting a shock Huddersfield win. I don't know why I had a good feeling, but Burnley are just tearing the championship. Yeah, Jade, absolutely. They are tearing the championship apart, really, and they really are doing very well, aren't they? Warnock said he had late. Yes, that is a good point, which I will get into. Obviously, Ruffles were meant to be starting the game. I don't necessarily feel like that's an excuse to actually the players not giving 100% effort, by the way. But I understand it can disrupt a bit. You can disrupt things, can't it? Again, one shot on target in the whole 90 minutes, and especially no matter who you're against, I don't necessarily know if that's acceptable, actually. Coventry and Bristol at home next 2 games. Yeah, absolutely, George. Ramsey's in. Hello, Ramsey. I reckon Warnock just told him to go out there and enjoy it. Don't even think Warnock could figure out how to break down Burnley. Yeah, obviously, I hope you're well, mate. And thank you for coming in. And yeah, fair enough. I don't think he had the drive to actually try and make something happen in this game, to be honest with you. Hello there, Adabel. Good evening to you. Thank you for coming in. And I hope you're doing well. Manny says, I think more than anything else, this shows just how far Burnley are and how much work must be done. We'll have a tough job motivating the boys for the next one. We have got loads of comments we're going to catch up on. And we will get Tommy in a minute. Tommy's joining, don't worry, he's here, but I'm just getting probably, I don't know why, but there's technical issues in the comments. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually go onto my phone and go through the comments that way if it doesn't come up again. Because otherwise I'm going to miss loads of comments. I'm not sure what's happening with this tonight. The game was shocking on Saturday. Only one shot on target the whole 90+ minutes. On to Coventry and Bristol City, up the town, Neil Warnock's Barmy Army. We were on top form, especially. Yeah, you were on top form, but again, I don't think you would have had an easier game than what you had on Saturday. I'm not taking anything away from Burnley, actually, by the way. I'm just saying, we made it so easy. Coventry and Bristol at home are 2 massive winnable games, and I may be biased, but I can also see us getting a point against either West Brom or Norwich, Ramsey says. Well, the next 2 games have to be wins. There's no excuses. So, yeah, 2 home games you have to win. Ryan, you don't need to apologize. Yeah, of course, I'm very much struggling this evening, of course. So the sad news about Stephen Featley, even though I didn't know the guy, it really has hit me hard, actually, even though I didn't know him. So, yeah, I'm feeling a bit... Things have seemed to have gone wrong on this stream tonight, to be honest with you, because the technical issues as well I'm suffering here with is just one of those. Nice one. I might see you there, Alex. And hello there, Miss Melina. My thoughts and condolences are with yourself and, with Stephen, Stephen's family and friends. I know you was very close to Stephen, and yeah, it's my thoughts are with you, Melina, and obviously with the family as well. It's heartbreaking, and I know that everyone is very upset at this news, and I think the only thing that we can take away from this is that Stephen is free of pain now, and that can give us some sort of comfort for sure. And his legacy will definitely live on. But yeah, thank you for coming in, Melina. I did pay tribute to Stephen first in the street, obviously at the very beginning. I just felt like I needed to, because obviously I didn't know him like you did, but obviously I tuned into his shows, obviously I watched his shows, and he still had a very big impact on me, and I still will take, obviously he really is an inspiration, and I will take that inspiration going forward in my life for sure, because yeah, just an incredible, courageous, inspirational young man that will be sadly missed. Looking forward to the country game, going to try and get a ticket for it. Nice one, Adabel. Oh yeah, yeah, obviously you might get to see Waghorn as well, which you may be happy about. But yeah, and hello there, Yatin. Good evening to you. Thank you for coming in. I hope you're well, mate, and thank you for tuning in. And Brad, the lad, says hello. Hello there to you, Brad. I hope you're doing well, and thank you for coming. But yeah, I'm at the end of my comments now, and obviously we're going to get Tom in and get his reaction to this game on Saturday, of course. But yeah, so yeah, welcome on in, Tom. How are you doing, mate?
I'm all right. Now I managed to do a few jobs that needed doing, but apart from that, mate, I'm good. How are you keeping? I know the sad news that we said it is. I didn't know how much about him, but it is heartbreaking when anything like that happens. But my condolences go out to his family and friends.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we're all kind of I think this kind of proves how big of an impact Stephen had on everybody, really, even if you didn't actually know him, because like I say, I didn't actually have the chance to speak to him at all, but obviously I did tune into his streams and obviously tuned in like the chats as well. But yeah, the impact. Yeah, I feel quite feel like I'm a bit emotional on this stream for sure. But yeah. Hello there to Joseph. Good evening to you. By the way, 20 people in the stream, so big up to you. And I really do appreciate everybody coming in. Condolences to the family, RIP Stephen. Indeed, Clara. Yeah, definitely so. So yeah. So
I did watch some of his streams, but I never commented. I watched him, but just shows what a nice guy he was, doesn't it?
Yeah, he was very passionate about what he did, and he wants to use his platform to not he wants to use his platform to really change everyone else's lives as well, and obviously doing his bit to raise awareness for his charity as well. Which, like I say, if you can spare even £1, £2, whatever, all counts. I've posted the link in the chat, and it would really mean a lot to Stephen and to his family and friends if you could just spare £1 or two to this charity that Stephen wanted to help others in his situation to not suffer as much as what he had to do. So yeah, but yeah, Tom. I mean, obviously talking about the game then on Saturday. I mean, I don't even know where to start, to be honest with you. I mean, I just want to kind of open up the floor to you and obviously allow you to say your thoughts, maybe what you thought of the starting lineup, and yeah, what were your overall thoughts of this game, really?
I didn't go to it, but I watched it on the stream.
Yeah.
The lineup, I was shocked at a few things. Why it wasn't 3-5-2, why it went to a back four, because I thought it was opened up more, and why Karoma started. And I don't know why he didn't try two strikers up top, like Hungbo and Ward. I thought didn't understand why Scott High was on the bench, because he's hadn't done anything. I think it was all of a mess Saturday. I didn't expect to win out, because I didn't really get angry or upset or down that we lost, because it was expected. Because Burnley are the best team I've seen in the Championship in at least 6 years. They're just too good.
Yeah, and I do definitely get what you're saying, but I do feel like it's the manner of the defeat for me. I think because we've spoken about it before. We knew it was going to be a difficult task for sure, but for me that doesn't mean that the players can't put a shift in, which you definitely need to do against a strong Burnley side. If you don't want to concede the amount of goals we did. I just think we made it far too easy for them, really, to be honest with you. And there was no one tackling, there was no one getting near Burnley players. I just felt like it was too easy. I know what you're saying about, Burnley. It was always good. I'm not saying we would have won if we would have, but I think it's just a way that you lose, and I don't think we covered ourselves in glory at all, really, in that performance at all. Aidan says, question for Ryan: what's your thoughts on Edmonds Green performance on Saturday? For me, I think he really struggled, to be honest with you. I think that, obviously he struggled with the pace of, was it Zahouri on that side? Zahouri or someone. Yeah. But he was very quick on that side. And, obviously Edmonds Green was kind of thrown in the deep end a bit, to be honest with you. I thought he struggled. I thought he did. But, it wasn't a good game for him to come into, really, in terms of, how we played, especially as well. They didn't really have any support either. So, I mean, yeah, Tom, what did you make of him? He was okay, but obviously he did look like he was struggling for the pace side of things anyway, in certain parts.
Two things, he struggled because he's not a right back, and he was playing right back. He's a centre back. It was. I felt sorry for him, because just to being chucked in against the quality of Zahouri, Zahouri is a quality. For me, I think he's the best winger in the Championship this year. But yeah, struggled. He hasn't got the pace to bomb on or run back. I'm not going to judge him because he was playing out of position. You know, if he were playing if we went a back three, I think he would have done a bit better.
Yeah.
He's still young. He's still learning. I do think he needs a loan next season, or depending what league you're in. You know.
Yeah. It all depends, doesn't it? Yes. So yeah, obviously. But yeah, that's our thoughts on that, Aidan, for sure. Thank you for your question. Big up to Orist, and yeah, obviously the heart emoji. Yeah, the heart emoji, and of course, yeah. I hope you're doing well, mate, and obviously, I appreciate you coming in here. Yatin said, "Life is unpredictable, guys. Do live it to the fullest. Big up to you, guys." Yeah, absolutely, and well said there, Yatin. I echo those thoughts for sure. It is unpredictable. You've got to live every day like it's your last, because you don't know what's around the corner, and yeah, obviously, beautiful words there for sure. And you certainly do have to live it to the fullest.
You got to live each day as it comes. You got to enjoy each day as it's your last, and you just take it a day at a time, because you could be happy 1 minute, the next day you could be down. So I always just take it one day at a time. I wake up some mornings where I just thought, oh, I just can't be bothered today, and I just take it a day at a time, hours at a time, and yeah, you just got to try to be happy. But I know sometimes it's not easy.
Yeah. So I am going to mention this on the New Escape, but like I say, if you are just coming in, I did make my tributes to Stephen Featley earlier, and I would really appreciate if you can go and donate, even if it's £1 or £2, to his, obviously to the charity that he was really wanting to raise as much money as he could for, and he did raise a lot of money for, by the way. So yeah, if you can spare £1 or £2, it will really mean a lot to Stephen, his family and friends, and yeah. So yeah, please, if you can. Did you hear what Warnock was calling Reg? He's called him Reg. Warnock is a comedian. I absolutely love him. Yeah, he was quite funny only when he was saying that loud. But yeah, I certainly think that obviously the possession, we just couldn't get hold of the ball. We didn't seem to want the ball, and yeah, we obviously one shot on target in the whole game. There isn't really much to say about this in terms of the game, to be honest, because I just feel like the goals we conceded were pretty similar, and yeah, I don't necessarily know what to say. Obviously, we have got some massive games coming up, and obviously, yeah, like I said, we have to win both our next 2 home games for me, because yeah, if we don't,
I just hope the confidence doesn't get shocked from this.
Yeah, I don't think it will, to be honest with you, because obviously, it was pretty much, if you looked at the lineup, it was, and the formation as well. There were a lot of people that weren't risked in this one, the likes of Hogg,
Pearson,
yeah. And, who else were missing? I mean, there were a number of players that were missing, obviously, and Lawton as well. Don't forget Lawton. And
right. I think he's a massive difference to our defence when it comes back in under Warnock. But I do think with Pearson back now, if we do go 3-5-2, I do think Lawton will go right wing back. Because your back three, Lees, Hellick, Pearson, says it for itself.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So it's I'm pretty sure we'll go back to the formation that suited us so well, especially in the home games coming up anyway against especially against the home games. So I'm just hang on. I think one player who looked up for it, Redone, Aidan says. I mean, I don't. Can you see any pot? Because the thing is, the other thing that really annoys me about this is that, and even if we'd given a bit more than what we showed, maybe we could have kept the scoreline a bit, because the goal difference has now taken a bit of a hit, which could actually prove quite vital, actually. So, I mean, Tom, are you worried about that goal difference now a bit? Now, if we've conceded 4, it really has hit it quite hard, hasn't it?
Yeah, I do think it will come down to goal difference at end of season who stays up. And I do think, I'm not being negative, but it could affect us now, that goal difference thing.
I mean,
in the coming games, let's hope we score a few goals to get it down again. But yeah, I would love to see us try to go for it a bit. I did think Headley did all right again.
Yeah, but defensively, again, he was caught napping quite a few times. I do remember, I'm not singling him out here, but again, if you're not going forward or you're not having the license to go forward, then it does become a bit of an issue because he did struggle a bit. Obviously, he lost his run at times. So, yeah. But yeah, obviously, let's just look at the goal difference then, because we did mention about that. So we have now got in terms of Cardiff and 21st, they have got minus 13 goal difference. We've got now minus 17. So obviously we were level with them prior to the game with goal difference, but now we've taken a 4-goal swing has to turn again to get that goal difference better than Cardiff. And of course Rotherham have got an even better goal difference with minus 9. So, it's obviously Blackpool that are above us minus 18 and Wigan are minus 22. So, yeah, it's not good. And to be honest, it's worrying me slightly. And of course, it can change quite quickly. We know this. A few games down the line, it could change. It'll change, hopefully. But yeah, it's not good, really, that, to be honest with you. So yeah, Radone, your comment, Aidan. I mean, to be honest with you, I am struggling with the positives. I know what you're saying about Radone. He did, but to be honest with you, Radone didn't get a chance to have much of the ball because it was so backs against the walls for all that game, really, to be honest with you. We just had no outlet at all. Hoping for yeah, of course, Swansea do play tonight, don't they, against Rotherham, so can someone do us a favour for once, maybe? I don't know, I'm not banking on it, I'm not actually getting my hopes up because Rotherham will probably go and win, but yeah, hopefully they lose. Obviously it is, I think it's away, isn't it, as well? Yeah, they're away, so hopefully Swansea can win, but yeah, it is what it is. We didn't do our job this weekend, that's the point though, so it's, yeah, I don't know, but yeah, obviously this is going a bit off topic, but of course I do believe Potter should move on now. He just looked completely out of his depth and actually struggling a lot, and I don't think he should have given the job. If it looks like he looks like he's quite lost actually, and I just think the job was too big for him to start with, and the players don't seem to be responding to him. I don't see what he's trying to do in that team, and the fans. I'm actually laughing now, and obviously I do apologize, but I didn't mean to actually laugh at this, but yeah, obviously at least it brought a smile to my face in this stream anyway. But yeah, obviously, yeah, players just haven't responded to Potter, and I just think that he's struggling, and especially after the weekend results, losing against Spurs with no fight or passion at all, I really do think he's on the final straw. So yeah, he has to go, but I don't necessarily know if he will go just yet. But yeah, Tom, have you got anything on this?
Yeah, it should have never been appointed in the first place. Absolutely embarrassing appointment, to be fair. Graham Potter as a Chelsea manager, really. They should have never got rid of Tuchel because he was starting to pick up performances under him. And he's just a PE teacher, basically. He's got a PE teacher, gone in to manage Chelsea. Yeah, and they've got a good squad of Chelsea, but the players don't look like they bother, or they don't even look like they understand what they're doing. Not one bit.
No, absolutely. And I just think that the recruitment for me for Chelsea has been really poor, in my opinion, because you look at the money they've spent. I mean, Cucurella was way overpriced, and he's been awful. Koulibaly's really struggled in the Premier League, I think, at centre back. He's been awful. He's just not been able to do it. Mudrik's obviously coming in, he's looked awful, to be honest with you, for me. So I think there's massive problems here, and Bowling getting rid of Tuchel was very strange. I think Bowley is a massive problem, but obviously we're not. We obviously that is about Chelsea, obviously. But yeah,
There's
we
only
both.
two good players I think have stepped up. That one from Atletico. What's it called?
What's his name now? Atletico.
He came from Atletico Madrid on loan, didn't he? Is it Felix?
Oh, João Felix.
Yeah, and Enzo Fernandez. That's it. I just think Mason Mount is literally like another version of Alex Pritchard. He's just not good for him.
Absolutely. So yeah, going off top, but congratulations to Man United on winning the cup last night. Well, yeah, obviously Man United did win, didn't they? So yeah, very well done to them. Obviously, Eric Ten Hag, what a job he's done, by the way, and incredible.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, and yeah, so obviously Orist, if you're still in, obviously, a big Man United fan. So yeah, I was happy for Orist to be able to see Man United win. So yeah, congratulations to Man United. I will message you off stream about this, Yati, and obviously it is obviously about football, but obviously me leaving my club. Yeah, I'll get into that off air anyway. Back to the Terriers. One said it won't be a game that sends us down, but you look at last season and the amount of lead we had bottled would cost us automatic promotion. Might not send us down at this moment, but could cost us. I mean, yeah, it's a really good point, isn't it, Tom? In this sense, you know, we can't. I was. You know, Warnock, for me, I know that you could tell he'd kind of felt, you know what, don't matter about this game. But I still expected to see that fight and that, you know, that passion that we've seen, that we've always seen with a Warnock team, haven't we? But, yeah, I mean, I'm going completely off topic here, but it could really cost us. We've said that, haven't we, really, you know, in terms of the goal difference. You know, we've got a hit, and, you know, even if we'd have lost 2-0, at least that would have been better. But yeah, the fact that we didn't even give it a go and we lost 4-0 in the end is really damaging, actually. But yeah, a good comment there, Ramsey.
I mean, to that comment,
yeah,
I would have liked to see just at least try and attack, but we just literally just sat back defending. Could it cost us? I don't know yet. It depends on one of these next results in these next few games. I think we'll find out in the next few games, really, if we will be going down. Because we can't just look at teams above us who are losing, like the Romans, Cardiff. We've got to try and get our results as well.
We're the ones chasing then, so we need to get the results first and foremost, and you know, and that's right. So yeah, it could cost us, especially with the goal difference worry that I mentioned earlier. But we'll just have to see. Hope we can do you a favour and beat Blackpool. I mean, to be honest with you, I'm not even looking at Blackpool. I'm looking above us, to be honest with you, Clara. Obviously, we are trying to get out of the situation. If we do our job, ultimately, it doesn't matter what Blackpool do. I mean, I suppose if you look at the relegate, I mean, we could probably do with Blackpool and Wigan maybe dropping off, because obviously it's still level on points at the moment. But ultimately, we're just trying to get as many points to get out of this situation. We're not looking down. We're trying to look up, and you know, obviously trying to get out of the situation. So the Cardiff is the one that we're looking at, obviously Rotherham as well. So yeah, I know what you're saying. Obviously Blackpool losing and Wigan losing maybe in the next few games. Yeah, obviously maybe we'll be able to pull away from those sides, but we need to get out of this situation. So we're looking above. Not going to be a nice season for those teams in the bottom. I don't think it's ever nice for. I don't think it's ever nice for a team that's in the bottom, is it? I'm not sure what you mean, but yeah.
Unless you're Bradford City in a relegation battle at least, then it's hilarious.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Ramsey's off topic again, but Chelsea are the best example of you can't throw money at your problems. I mean, that is a good point, isn't it? Because we're all very guilty of saying, "Oh, we don't spend enough, we don't do this," but you've got to get the right players in. You can't just throw money at it, can you, Tom? I mean, it's true, isn't it? Yeah.
I mean, yeah. I mean, you just look at, for example, Fulham when they got. I think they spent loads of money in Prem, and they went down for it, and now they're flying now. But it's understandable. They spend what is it, 600 odd million, something like
Yeah,
that.
600
I
million.
mean,
Yeah,
wow. I mean, Man United hadn't even spent that much in the summer, really. Not as much as Chelsea. Anyway, it's just ridiculous.
it is. It is.
Oil money club. That's why Man United and Arsenal will always be the top two in Prem, in my opinion.
Yeah. It's just crazy how much money there is in the game now, and it really has ruined football, in my opinion. The amount of money that's about now. Yatin says Koulibaly's and Mudrik's case is understandable, but they brought Kukra off the back of Chilwell. This much, yeah. I mean, it's a good point, isn't it? You know, for they brought Kukra in for that prize, but he was a backup. So he's just crazy, and to me, Koulibaly was never the answer at the back. He's been terrible. And so I don't really understand how he can defend that. But obviously, Mudryk just looks not very good, to be honest with you. But yeah.
He's just another version of Josh Ruffles, is Cucurella, to be honest.
So Aiden's asked, could you have a look at the... Yeah, we can, of course. Let's do that then. Let's have a look. So... let's have a look at the running of... Let's go through Rotherham. In fact, let's go through Cardiff, because that's the nearest opponents to us. And then we'll go through the rest. Okay. So let's have a look at Cardiff's remaining fixtures then. So they have got Bristol City at home next on Saturday, early kickoff. Then they travel to Deepdale to take on Preston. Then they play West Brom at home, and then they play Rotherham away. Then they play Swansea, Blackpool. Oh, they play Blackpool as well. Sunderland, Sheffield United they play in as well in April. Watford, another tough team. Stoke City, who've had an up and down season, quite poor to be fair. Then they play us. We know they play us, but penultimate at the end of the season. And then guess who they've got the last game of the season? Burnley. So that's Cardiff's running. So I mean, that's not an easy running, to be honest with you. If we're being honest here, you know, if you look at it, yeah, obviously, West Brom, Preston are doing okay. To be fair, I think I'm not sure. I need to have a look at the table. I've not got enough devices to be able to check the table and everything else, so I do apologise for this. But yeah,
Preston. Have a look. Do you want me to have a look at the table?
Yeah, can you just get the table up and then I'll just kind of go through the fixtures and see. But I'm just going to go back.
I've got it up.
Right, so where are Preston? Are they near the bottom, Preston, or are they near the top?
Preston are 12th.
Yeah, so they're a mid-table solid side, aren't they, Preston? So fair enough. West Brom, I definitely think that they'll be dropping point. You know, West Brom will definitely have a chance against Cardiff. So yeah, the running isn't that great for Cardiff. Watford again, another one that's going to be tough for them. Sheffield United. I mean, there's points to be lost here for Cardiff. There's no doubt about this. And of course, we have got a game in hand on Cardiff, which obviously we do play next week, don't we? At midweek against Bristol. So yeah, there's still a lot to play for here, you know. And obviously, we have got a tough run in ourselves. But yeah, I mean, we'll leave Cardiff and we'll go on to Rotherham. Rotherham, who, again, if they win tonight, to be fair, then they are looking up rather than down. But we can only hope they do lose. We're going to have a look at. We're looking at those now. When you're talking about goal difference, goal difference definitely. Goal difference. If you go down in goal difference, that is an absolute. Yeah, really hurts that, doesn't it? But then again, with Chelsea, we're talking about the same club that paid 30 million.
Oh yeah,
they did, didn't they? Yeah, you're right. I mean, Ramsey, you're right.
He didn't even have to play. I don't think at Chelsea.
He didn't get a look in, did he? Which pretty much sums it up. Rotherham to win Swansea, nothing to play for. Yeah, Paul thinks Rotherham are going to win. I mean, yeah, it's well. I hope you're wrong. I think we all hope you're wrong. I think we've got the toughest running compared to teams around us. Ramsey says any team 15 lower could go down yet. I mean, yeah. I mean, let's have a look at the Rotherham fixtures then. So obviously they play tonight, Swansea. Then they play QPR at home. Then they travel to Birmingham, and then they've got Preston at home. They've got Cardiff as well coming up. Hull City away. They've got West Brom at home. They've got Norwich away. Luton Town at home. Burnley at home. Sorry. Bristol City away. Middlesbrough at home. And Wigan away. So, I mean, Tom, and then obviously our fixtures as well. I mean, we could potentially just go through our fixtures. We know our fixtures, but we're going to go through them anyway. And just, why am I on the wrong thingy? Oh, yeah, here we are. So, yeah, obviously we have got Coventry on Saturday. Then we play Bristol, both home games. Then we travel to West Brom. And then we play Norwich at home.
The return of one.
Yeah, oh, yes, of course. Yeah, it is. Then we go to Millwall. Then there's an international break for 2 weeks, sorry. And then we play Middlesbrough at home on April the 1st. And then we travel to Watford away. And then we play Blackburn at home. And then we play Swansea away. Sunderland away. Sheffield United at home. So we play Cardiff, as we know, away. And then we play Reading, the final game of the season. Sorry, not the final game of the season. I mean, Tom, who do you think has got the worst run in here in terms of the three teams that we're talking about here?
I do think. Which team's got Burnley at home last game of the season?
I believe it is. Oh, God, let me have a look quickly. Oh, my. I think it might have been Cardiff, but I'm just going to quickly check. Oh, my.
I think Wolves and Cardiff have got the worst run in.
Yeah. I don't understand why it's Cardiff FC. We're just going to quickly, because if it's not it's Cardiff. Cardiff play away at Burnley on the last game of the season. So, yeah.
I think we could beat Coventry. We're at home. It's under Warnock. And Bella, it's completely different now. It's with Warnock. I think we can beat Bristol. I do think we can beat West Brom. And Norwich are a bit inconsistent team. They're still trying to get used to Wagner. So they're winnable. Even Millwall's winnable. But I think the two that I'm not looking forward to playing, Middlesbrough and Sheffield United.
Yeah, absolutely. But the thing is, if we can win our game in hand, and we win on Saturday, which is not going to be easy, but if we win our game in hand, we win both games this week, in this upcoming next two, then it's only a point. If we can keep that gap to a minimum, and then when we play Cardiff, that'll really be tense, that game. if we're not out of relegation by then, or we're still chasing them, it'll be very interesting. That. But yeah, I mean, what do you make of this comment? Is any team? Do you think that it goes higher than the teams that we're talking about here, Tom? Do you think that other teams could get dragged into this, or do you think it is basically between these teams that we've mentioned?
Well, I'm looking at the table. I think even Swansea, Hull, Stoke can still get dragged into it because Reading, they're on 44, Swansea are on 42, Hull are on 42. So they're still not out of it because the maximum points to stay up is, I think it's 48 or 50, isn't it? The maximum points to stay up. But I do think it's from 13th to 24th that can go down, I think.
You think 13th? Wow, yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I mean, it's one of those. It's it's very tight. Yatin, are you aware of the FIFA the Best award ceremony happening today? About to start in an hour. Will you be here till then? Leo is the confirmed winner of it, and I feel it's fully deserved. I'm not sure what you mean. I didn't know there was an award ceremony. and we will be wrapping up soon. So no, we won't be. I won't be still on by that point. But yeah, fair. I mean, I don't even know who Leo is. If I'm honest. But yeah. What time? What time? It's 3:00. 3:00 Annabelle on Saturday. Actually, I'm going off topic. I'm from India. I just follow top 5 leagues, and in this table, I just know Norwich and Burnley. Sorry, no need to be sorry, Yatin. It's fine. I appreciate you coming on, and greetings from India, of course. Thank you for tuning in from India. But yeah, but yeah, we were talking about, obviously. For me, I think that Cardiff have certainly got a tough run in here. And I certainly think if we can get our act together and get some results against some teams that we should be winning, or maybe have a better chance of winning, should I say, then it is going to be very, very interesting. And so I just think that Rotherham are going to be down. If Rotherham lose tonight, then they're certainly still in it. But if they win, because arguably say that they're still in it then, but I feel like the gap's opening up a bit really between them and us and Cardiff. But yeah, so yeah, obviously for me, I think that every team. I think Cardiff have got a tough run in, and I certainly think that we can get the points able to get out of this, even though maybe we have got a tough run in as well in parts for sure. April's certainly daunting for us, I think, in terms of the opposition we play, but. Yeah, we've just got to see what happens and just focus on the next few games. I'm not looking at April just yet. We're only in February, so nearly March, of course. But yeah,
yeah, my birthday 2 week tomorrow. God, my birthday. Geez, getting old now, man.
Nice. Love me, Nick. Yeah, I mean it's scary.
If B team are at home on 14th of March, I will go watch it.
Yeah, and I'll join you. So yeah, we'll definitely go and see that. Yeah, but Leo, does he mean the or does he mean? I thought he meant the game FIFA. I didn't think he meant. The actual awards ceremonies for real life awards ceremonies. You know what? I have no idea. But yeah, obviously Leo Messi. Well, yeah. Potentially then, yeah. Potentially you're right. I mean, player ratings. I mean, I don't really know if that's going to be just worthy.
I give everyone a 4 based on the result.
Yeah, I'll probably give people a mix of 3s and 4s for me, and that's being generous.
I give Scott High a -5 because he was shocking.
Who?
Scott High.
Yeah. I mean, Bill Kapic, his kicking was dreadful. I mean, I know that his kicking was a lot worse than what we've seen previously. Actually, to me, I know we've said his distribution has been a problem at times. He did seem to do a lot better against Birmingham last week, but for me, his kicking has to work on his kicking. There's no question about that because he really is struggling with that. Aiden says I give Bill Kapic a 4. Because his saves were good, but he needs to learn. Yeah, I mean that's what we've said, haven't we? Yeah, you've just literally said before you literally said what I basically said, but you're in your own words. So yeah, yeah, he does need to work on that for sure. But yeah, yeah, Leo Messi, fair enough. No, if it was no else there for the game FIFA, yeah, Ramsey, you were pro on FIFA, the game. Fair enough, mate. I mean.
Yeah, you haven't played me Ramsey at FIFA yet. Honestly, I'm the king of it.
Ramsey, have you got Xbox or PlayStation? I mean, we are going off topic here actually, and we are going to wrap up in a minute. But so yeah, we have to bounce back. Obviously, for me, I've kind of said my thoughts on the game, and yeah, it's one of those. We can't feel sorry for ourselves. We've got to focus on the next game now. PlayStation. Oh, Ramsey.
It's a shame. You'd lose anyway, mate. I'm so good at FIFA, bro.
Oh, Ramsey. I wish I had a PlayStation now so I could play you on FIFA. Maybe I shouldn't have said that because apparently you're very good, so maybe I'd probably get thrashed anyway, but it's all good fun. Another FIFA fantastic game in the chat as well. So yeah, Yatin, are you a PlayStation kind of person or are you Xbox? But yeah, anyway, we're going off topic here, but yeah, I mean, I don't really think there's anything else to cover really. So we were outplayed, we were outclassed. We didn't. I expected it to, because literally before the game, I was thinking to myself, even if we lose, at least we'd give it a go. But that proved opposite. So I think that's the biggest disappointment for me, and that's the take home I have from this. I accept that Burnley are a good side, but I think that if you I go back to it, like I said earlier, if you let any team walk through your defence and not get a tackle in and give them all the space in the world, you're going to get beat in this league because it's a brutal league and it's a difficult league. So I don't necessarily feel like that's down to Burnley being class. I think it's just not really putting in the efforts that we should have shown in the first place. So that's the way I see it, to be honest. I think it's cross platforms now. Is it? I don't think it is. I don't know how to use the cross platform thing. Ramsey, I'll message you I'll message you in the DMs and we'll have a chat.
Right, I'll tell you how to beat him. I'll tell you the right formation.
Because I don't know how cross platform works, to be honest with you. Joseph, yeah, we'll have a game. If you've got an Xbox, you are on Xbox. Message me in the DMs, and obviously we'll add each other, and I'll play you on FIFA. So yeah, that'll be good. But yeah, another PlayStation. I mean, Yatin, you should have gone for the Xbox. Is the way. I want to see a reaction on Saturday. Yeah, I mean, we all do, don't we? And we need to do.
I do think we will. I think one as one that said after the game, we've got to come out firing now.
Yeah, I mean we do, but the problem I'm not gonna criticize Warnock because he's but I just don't get it. I don't get why he didn't really seem to expect any effort from the players, and it seemed like he wasn't really bothered. So yeah, obviously back at home we've got 2 home games again. We need to make.
Well, I couldn't get a ticket for Saturday against Burnley, so I went to the Share to watch Halifax. But I was watching Thankyou on my phone while I was sat there.
There were tickets of it. It wasn't sold out, Burnley. Or do you mean
I thought it was sold out?
No. It were busy, but it wasn't sold out. I don't think. So yeah. Anyway. So yeah. Obviously, like I said, we're saying we need to make sure the atmosphere's up there again on Saturday and really help the lads, because it made a massive difference against Birmingham. We know this, and we need to keep that going, and we need to support. We need to get behind, and we need to get a good attendance in again, and hopefully, get a big 3 points bounce back, and then we'll be feeling good about ourselves going into Tuesday then as well. So, yeah. You're on Xbox, like I said, Joseph. Give me a message, and I'll give you a game sometime, definitely. Rand says now Xbox is what Fotheringham plays. PlayStation is the pros like Warnock. Hey, less of that. I mean, I'm insulted now. I'm sorry, I'm insulted. I'm insulted by that. Nah, Fotheringham don't play anything because he probably didn't know how to play FIFA.
No, he probably still plays Sega Mega Drive from years and years ago. That's probably what Fotheringham plays.
But yeah. We'll keep this in mind. Next time we'll go for Xbox for sure. Oh, Yatin, you don't have to. I'm only joking, you know that. But if cross-platform is available, is that what you said, Yatin, about who said that, or was it Ramsey that said? Oh yeah, Ramsey said the cross-platform is available. So I'm going to have to do my research and speak to you, Ramsey, about that because yeah. Problem got his I mean, yeah. He did. He did, Ramsey. He did, and of course, I'll give him that though. We're still talking about Fotheringham, and I think that's probably something that maybe we shouldn't really be doing anymore. We should just get rid of him. I know he's hard to erase because he was so bad, but you know. Oh, I mean, this has been a good stream to be. Obviously, like I say, I do apologise for the issues earlier on with the stream at the start, and obviously the comments not coming through for some reason. I don't know what happened, to be honest with you. I know it has been a bit of a disjointed stream, so I do apologise for that as well. But obviously, emotions have been quite high for me tonight, obviously. So I hope you've still enjoyed this stream anyway.
Ryan, you don't need to be sorry, mate. It's understandable that you're not right about what's happened.
I mean, I can't say that I knew him well, but it still hit me hard, and of course the impact.
These kind of situations do hit a lot of people hard. I wouldn't say it's hit me hard, but I am upset and shocked about it. Very.
Yeah, it's. But yeah, I want to give the best show that I can, and obviously I know it's been a bit disjointed, so I don't know. But
you do brilliant shows, Ryan. You do brilliant streams all the time. I enjoy coming on. It stops me from getting bored. I enjoy it coming on stream.
It's certainly a lovely escape from maybe reality, if you could say so. So yeah, obviously I'm glad that you enjoy coming on, and obviously I enjoy doing this and speaking to everybody.
I mean, we have a laugh with comments, especially Ramsey.
There is some fantastic on Ramsey. Yeah, always my number one, Ramsey, for sure. His company, the manager of Vincent Company is the manager of Burnley Yachting. So yeah, obviously he's coming this season and really done very well, hasn't he? So yeah,
you can tell he's learned from Pep in bits of how Burnley play.
Yeah, he's just got what it takes to be a manager, hasn't he? He's got every, even in his early stage, you can just tell he's got that about him. But I certainly didn't like the way that he was. I was watching. Obviously, we would see the touchline, obviously, and he was coming so far out of his technical area, and the fourth official wasn't doing anything. It's like, what? He was literally nearly halfway down towards the goal. It was that far down. So I was thinking, why aren't the fourth official doing anything about that? It's like he can do what he wants. But anyway, Fotheringham is good at getting everyone talking about him. Done it. I mean, he has, hasn't he? He's done it. He's actually making us continue to speak about this absolute fraud. And I don't really want to speak about him anymore. So yeah, let's just try and erase him from our minds if you can. And I just want to say thank you to Claret1 for subscribing. I do appreciate that. We're going to go through the final comment. We are going to wrap up now, guys, just to let you know. On another day, it could be 7-0 Burnley. Oh, gosh, that's insane. Oh, please, I just want to erase that time from our memories, really. Oh, yeah, my guess was right. I heard it somewhere. Fair enough, Yatin, yeah. You're an amazing YouTube. Keep going. Thank you very much, Joseph. I really do appreciate that. Big up to you for coming in and your kind words. I'll have to leave now. Yeah, obviously, take care. Yeah, take care to you, Yatin, and thank you for coming in. Obviously, it's good to see you come in to this stream actually and contribute to the chat. So yeah, big up to you, mate, and take care of yourself too. But yeah, I mean, Tom, any final thoughts before we end this? Obviously, I think it's just a case of moving quickly from this, isn't it? And really do need to get back to winning ways on Saturday now.
Yeah, just move on to Saturday now. Put this one in the bud in the past. Hope to see a response. I believe we will with Warnock. And just want to say again, my condolences to that guy's friends and family for this hard time for them. Thinking of you all at this hard time. But yeah, let's hope there's a result Saturday and a response.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, I think it's only poignant for me to obviously bring this up again, obviously. Obviously the sad news about Stephen Featley passing has really hit the YouTube community hard, obviously, and I think football, the football world in general, to be fair, because obviously, it's like I say, he was a really inspirational person that I just feel like he, he showed so much courage to fight, and he is, and obviously I just think it's so heartbreaking, really, and he will certainly be missed, and obviously thinking of his family and friends at this time too, and yeah, you know, rest in peace, Stephen. Like I said, and he will always be with us in some way. He will always be with us. His legacy will live on, but he'll always be with us. People that knew him and people that obviously knew of him, obviously through watching Street. He'll always be with us. So I think that's important. Obviously, like I said, it gives me great comfort. Obviously, in terms of at least he isn't in pain anymore. It's that's something that we can take, but yeah, it's still very difficult. And so obviously the link there. Please, if you can spare £1, £2 for the charity that he was raising for, he devoted his life around YouTube, obviously, and trying to raise as much awareness and fundraise for this charity that he was the most selfless person you'll ever meet. Always put everybody else first, gave people a platform, gave people an opportunity to speak, about football, and always respected everyone that came his way. And I think that no matter who, no matter whether you knew him or not, he all made a big impact to us. So yeah, like I say, if you can, please donate to this charity, the Children's Liver Disease Foundation. So yeah, it's been a difficult stream. Thank you for watching, everyone. Obviously, we're back. We're back on Friday, actually, to be fair. Let's call it Friday at 6 o'clock.
I'll be available at 6 on Friday.
Yeah, so we're back for the
Tom and Ryan show again on Friday.
the preview to our game this weekend. But yeah,
Bella and Danny are two Coventry fans as well.
Who?
Bella, do you know Bella Adabel that comments?
Oh yeah. Yeah, fair enough. But yeah, obviously try and have a good week, everyone, obviously, in these difficult circumstances. But yeah, try and have a good week, and thanks for watching, thanks for your support. Obviously we'll see you on the next one. Take care, everybody, and good night.